All right, Platoon, fall in. It's the Joe and the Jarhead Show. I am, as always, Joe, representing United States Army. With me, as ever, my homie,
Jarhead!
Ooh ha ha.
Representing? I love it. Jarhead.
Yes.
Shark bait! No?
I'll give you a hint.
United States Marine Corps.
All right.
I got another hint.
If you eat that, I'll give you $1.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, well.
So on set, we have a crayon in my midst, given to me by Joe's producer. Thank you for that. That was awesome. On our show tonight, we are talking about the Democratic clowns running for president.
Man.
Lots coming.
Man. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What was that?
I'm just...
I thought you were trying to check out your
I'm
cleavage
just-
right there for a minute, dude.
Yes, my... Never mind.
And we're going to be talking about some impeachment process. We're
Yes.
talking about some meth. And Saudi Arabia is getting on the stock market trade. Good
You
for
know?
them? No?
I mean, yes, but
High five?
please expect me to make fun of this.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, but we got to start off with our history article first.
This week in history. 1979. Iran hostage crisis begins.
Oh, that started this week?
That was this week. Yeah, so that would be the U.S. Embassy in Tehran was stormed by students following the direction of the Ayatollah Khomeini, who was in power for bloody ever. And
He was a supreme leader.
he became the supreme leader. The Shah of Iran was dying, essentially.
Okay.
He went to the United States for cancer treatment.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
why not?
I mean, why not? But yeah, they did not like that. So yeah, Khomeini rose up. His followers rose with him. They stormed the U.S. Embassy. They took power, and pretty much after that, the Iranian government just folded. And that started what everything you see today.
Over in Iran.
Yep,
All
and
the awesomeness going on
all
over
the
there.
awesomeness. But I think compounding this awesomeness was the president at the time.
In 1979?
In 1979,
Our
good old
president or-
Jimmy Carter.
Oh,
Yep. Jimmy Carter.
I almost swore on set. I shall prevent.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so they took 90 plus people hostage, but as soon as the initial hubbub settled, they let all the women go. Actually, let all the minorities go
Oh,
because white people are the problem.
really? Yeah. According to the Democratic clowns we're talking about
See,
later,
now
we're the
they could
problem
never
too.
get away with that these days because all that would happen is the men would suddenly spontaneously identify as women and get themselves released.
Yes.
Yeah.
Identify as a
Joke's
crayon
on
eater.
you, Ayatollah. So, yeah, Carter pretty much did nothing
For over a
for
year.
14 months.
Dude, come on, man.
Yep, 444 days.
You the president, man?
He tried one kind of half-hearted attempt in what was called Desert One, and it was a catastrophe. It was an absolute debacle. A lot of servicemen were killed. A lot of equipment was launched. The Iranians were able to use it as a huge PR victory, and that was it.
He gave up.
Carter never tried anything again. But then he lost the election to Reagan.
And a week after he swore in,
Oh no, the day.
Even
Day,
better.
minutes after he was sworn in, they were on a plane.
Nah. So the people who are not big fans of Ronald Reagan will say, well, Jimmy Carter did all the legwork. Ronald Reagan was just sworn in and he happened to take all the
Yes,
prize
because
of
the other 443 days of his office, like, what legwork is there to do?
Maybe-
Give us our
exactly.
people back or I'll erase your civilization. How hard is that?
It's pretty easy to me. It's exactly what should have happened.
Do you have any idea how many nukes I have? You lose a city every hour till my folks get returned. Period. If one of them is hurt, all of your cities go away.
And you no longer exist.
That is something Reagan understood. That was, he offered them a carrot. He offered them like $3 billion. He unlocked $3 billion in assets that we had frozen.
Okay.
And then the other side of that is, I have a giant frickin' nuclear arsenal. Give us our people back. You can have the carrot or you can have the stick. And we've talked about this before, like offset. In tribal cultures, they only respect strength.
Okay.
You go to them like we normally go to, like we would go to our European allies where, hey, buddy, how's it going? Shake hands, make nice. Everyone's really polite. That doesn't work.
Not in that tribal culture over
No,
there.
you cannot. You put your boot on their throat. You let them know who's in charge. You tell them how it's going to be. And it works brilliantly. If you show weakness, you will be treated as a weak person and you will be victimized. Hashtag cargo pallets of cash dropped off in the middle of the night.
Shows a whole lot of weakness.
I'm saying.
Barry Obama. We're talking about you. Because we know you're listening to Joe and Jarhead right now.
Darn right, you better be. If you're
All right.
smart.
Okay.
What you got?
I want to do my own history article.
Ooh.
This one is not
Jarhead
that long
history.
ago. We are talking about October 7th of 2019, so not even a month ago.
Okay.
This was a historic moment because this is when Jarhead agreed with Elizabeth Warren on the show.
Oh, that's right.
That was a sad time for me.
I know.
So at that time, that's when she was talking big about breaking up big tech, so Facebook and Google
Yep.
and them.
I remember that.
So I'm about to repeat history again. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Forgive me.
No, don't, dude.
I'm going
It's been
to
such a
agree
good day.
with Senator Elizabeth Warren again,
Oh.
aka Pocahontas.
Oof.
She has come out with a step-by-step plan of her $52 trillion. Sorry.
We need to get you a bald cat.
Don't you got a couple of those in your house?
No. All my cats still have
We
fur.
should invest in one. $52 trillion Medicare for all plan. And what does she do? How do you reveal these plans these days? Via Twitter.
Well, yeah.
No
I
more
mean, if we can
public
conduct
statements or
foreign
anything.
policy by Twitter these days, you can sure announce your presidential plan.
So I just want the platoon to know that I waded through a lot of stupid because it wasn't just one tweet of the 240 characters. It was like a 19 tweet spread.
She tweet stormed.
And I had to read all of it to try to figure out what was going on. So step one is where I agree with her. She said we need to eliminate the waste. Woohoo! Go Elizabeth Warren, I agree with you. Yes, eliminate the waste.
Good.
Start off with Obamacare and your $52 trillion Medicare for all plan. Right? Good place to start.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All right, then we can get down to healthcare. Wow.
Not run by the government. We can go through the rest of her plan. It's nothing new. She's taxing the 1%. She says she's actually saying that she can give $11 trillion back to the American people because of all the money we're going to save off premium costs. When the numbers are
hang
that
on.
high,
52 minus 11, 42. We're at 22 right now. So you're talking about doubling the current existing national debt in 10 years, over 10 years. And I'm sure her figures are completely accurate. Nothing in the government ever goes over budget. Okay.
dude, it makes sense.
On
Come
what
on now.
planet?
So, I mean, when the numbers are that high, the numbers just pretend, right? It's just make believe.
It's monopoly money.
So that's what she's getting. All you got to do is tax the top 1%.
Yes,
where she's at.
it's a what is her latest thing? It's like a 2 or 3% wealth tax.
Mm-hmm.
Like they tax you your assets, like stuff you've already made, you've already paid taxes on. You put it in the bank, and they're like, give us it back out of the bank, 2 or 3% of it, because we need to pay for health care for everyone.
It's not gonna happen. And she's also saying that the premium costs, the premium coverages that the big corporations and big companies pay out, she says she's gonna take those and put that towards her plan.
How about no?
I
actually kind of like the health care I get right now.
Yeah, stay away.
Yeah, like my kids have, like, 2 of my kids have the stomach flu right now. And if something goes wrong, I can take them to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get, like, actual treatment.
If this
As
goes
opposed
through,
to, like, Britain, where, like, half your people are dying of cancer before they even get a diagnosis.
yeah, you might be safer if you take your kids down to Mexico after she passes her bill.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna want to be a doctor no more, Elizabeth Warren.
Nope.
Stop
Nope.
it in the tracks. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Saudi Arabia
Saudi Arabia.
coming at you.
Got to have the Middle East. We got some Middle East heavy tonight. Got Iran, got Saudi Arabia. So Aramco is going public.
What's Aramco?
That would be the Saudi state-owned oil company.
So going public mean they're getting on the stock trade.
Yeah, they are going in. They're giving an IPO pretty soon. And
Sweet.
initial public offering.
Are we gonna invest together? Wanna invest together?
I would rather slam my head in a car door, but sure. I mean, why not?
I can help you out with that too, brother.
Cool. Might make talking about this easier. So Aramco, how Aramco started was they found oil in Saudi Arabia, and they're like, we'd like to know how much we have. So they contacted Standard Oil, an American company.
Rockefeller.
And they went over there and found like, yeah, you're basically sitting on an ocean of oil. And we'll get it up and running for you. We'll extract it for you, and we'll pay you.
And we'll pay you pittance compared to what they were taking out of there.
Correct. But
Rockefeller made good.
Yes, he did. But he also set up all the infrastructure, set up all the trade, did all the refining. He did all of it. And he still paid these people. So that's capitalism at work, baby. And then over time, Saudi Arabia nationalized more and more and more of it until they owned all of it.
They said, nope, see you later, get out.
And they're pretty much running it into the ground.
Well, of course they are.
Yeah, they're spending money as fast as they can make it out of this place. So now their state-owned oil company has to go public for them to start turning a profit.
It's because their state-owned oil company also pays the majority of their citizens through a stipend. Nobody has jobs over there. You're the biggest Twitterverse over there in Saudi Arabia.
Right? So the company is estimated to be worth about $1.5 trillion as a low-end bid.
Egads.
$1.5 trillion in this company.
Maybe Senator Elizabeth Warren can tax some of that, and it'll help.
We can tax all of it.
It'll cover.
Oh, wait, but that's not their annual revenue. That's the entire value of the company and all its assets. So even if we sold it all, we would be able to pay for what 1/54th of 1/52nd of her plan.
I'm impressed by your math. Well done.
You know, I'm here. But they're starting off locally. They're going to start trading on their own. It's called the Tawadul, is the Saudi Arabian NASDAQ, the Saudi Arabian stock market.
Okay.
And then they're going to open it up from there to other markets. And they're looking to sell, at this point, between 2 and 5% of their company.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, between 2 and 5% of their company is $45 billion.
Woo, doggy.
Right? And that's the biggest initial public offer ever, like in history. China has the next biggest. They offered their Alibaba holdings. Like if you go on like wish.com or any of those places, you're dealing with Alibaba holdings.
Okay.
They run all that stuff. They had a $25 billion initial public offering. And that was considered like no one will ever surpass this. But now the Saudis are about to do that like 2 years later.
And that Alibaba's still public right now?
Yeah.
Not all of it though. Just
no. It's the Chinese. It's the Chinese state-owned company. So the Chinese government will always own 51%, even if they went the other 49 public. There's no board of directors. It's the Communist Party.
Yeah.
And just like this, there's not going to be a board of directors for Aramco. It's going to be the Saudi princes and whatever they decide to make public. So yeah, they've promised $75 billion in revenue to investors.
How?
I guess when they use the money they're making to boost infrastructure. I have no idea. This seems like such a sham.
Yeah. First of all, you don't know how to boost infrastructure. You're doing this in the first place because you suck at it.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Whoever those investors are,
and that's
happy investing.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's if their company is valued at 1.5 trillion. That ends up a dividend yield of about 5%, which is comparable with the rest of the market. But the rest of the market is on companies that like are already doing well and already turning a profit and already stable, as opposed to being just a cash cow for a corrupt monarchy.
You know, I won't pretend to be smart in the investment world. I pretended to be a while ago. It did not work out for me. But the people who are going to start investing in this, I mean, how long before they start losing investments? Because to me, it's only a matter of time before we have to throw sanctions on Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It's not going to last any much longer.
Yeah.
That's still, especially with the civil war they're running down in Yemen.
Yep. That's.
But
it is getting into business with a very volatile part of the world. Like, Iran has many, many missiles and does not like Saudi Arabia.
But they're the perfect example.
They already blew up Saudi Arabia's oil refinery, one of Saudi Arabia's oil refineries.
What they do about that? Nothing yet?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Waiting on us.
Yep.
But Iran's a perfect example because you look at all the European investors in Iran, they lost big when we threw those sanctions down. They're still losing big.
Yep.
So, I don't know. What do I know about investing? I know
enough not to get in bed with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no thanks. I know a little bit about the impeachment process. You want to talk about that?
I would love to.
Do you really?
No, but let's do it anyway.
I don't believe you. Okay, so the House passed a bill, or had a vote. I guess it's not really a bill, but it did pass. And all this was to formalize the rules on the impeachment inquiry. So it wasn't the actual impeachment.
Right.
So the House, not the Senate, the House in Congress, they're the ones that actually do the impeachment.
Right.
So if they pass by a simple majority, then President Donald Trump will be impeached.
Right.
And now the Democrats, they do have a big majority in that House right now. So it's just a matter of a vote. And when they voted to formalize this inquiry, all Democrats voted for it except for two. Two of them dissented, but no Republicans voted for it, right? So they have the numbers on their side to do it. So if the House does impeach him by a simple majority vote, then it goes to the Senate, right?
Correct.
But then the Senate, in order to kick him out of office, it's a whole big judicial process.
Right.
And they have to have 2/3 of the vote, and they actually bring in the Chief Judge.
Yeah, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court presides.
That'd be super cool.
That would be cool.
And then how many times has that happened in our history?
Carry the 2. 0.
I'm glad you got there quick. So there have been
two presidents have been impeached before.
Yes, Andrew Johnson and Bill Clinton were both impeached.
Correct.
By a vote, but the Senate didn't even take it to trial.
Nope.
So they decided not to.
Which is weird because when it was Clinton, he was impeached for perjury, for lying to Congress.
Yes.
About having an affair.
Multiple times he lied.
Yeah.
So these guys are saying that Donald Trump did a quid pro quo on that phone call July 25th with the Ukrainian president. That's
right.
what they're saying.
Yep.
But he released the transcripts. They're out there for everybody to read. There was no favor asked. He did say the word favor 4 times, but he did not withhold military funding. They got their money, and he simply asked them to look into Joe Biden. But it was no, you do this, or I'm going to withhold your military funding. They got their funding. So to me, there's 2 big things that would come out of this. First is they have now set a precedent.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what side of the president falls on the aisle, Democrat or Republican, this is going to be the new thing. Whoever controls the House, they're going to just start impeaching presidents because they can by a simple vote.
Yep.
Second thing that's going to come out of this is a big part of me actually hopes that he does get impeached, because if this goes to the Senate and they get to run a trial,
they can call anybody they want as a witness.
It's run, and remember, the Senate is owned by Republicans, and the majority of the Senate is controlled by the Republicans, right?
Correct.
And so if they run their own investigation process, Joe's right. They're calling anybody and everybody back. Clinton, Comey.
Oh, get Comey back up there on the witness stand. Oh.
So this will...
I would love to watch them just tee off on that guy. That'd be glorious.
So to me, this is an if, because the Democrats are impeachment hungry right now, so I do foresee this happening. But I do hope that the Senate...
You kind of wonder what the end game is. Let's just carry it to its natural conclusion here. Okay, so you impeach President Trump, right? Then it goes to the Senate. And by some miracle, you get 2/3 of a Republican-controlled Senate to impeach this guy, and you throw him out of office. And Mike Pence becomes president of the United States. There's no scenario here in which Clinton becomes president. It does not happen. Y'all can put that to bed right now.
I'd be okay with that scenario, too.
I'd actually be okay, too. He seems a lot more even-keeled.
I love Pence.
I do, too.
But, I mean, talking about Clinton running for president, is she going to throw her hat back in the ring, dude?
I hope so, dude. I want to see her get teed off on, too. I would love to see her just the sour grapes of her losing twice.
3 times, because, yeah.
Oh, because that's right, because she was supposed to be the nominee, and then Obama came in and charismaed it right out from under her.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, man.
So if she does, she should totally bring in Francis as a running mate. Am I right?
Oh, Beto?
Beto O'Rourke!
Yeah.
He is no mo.
Oh, darn.
Mark safe from my AR-15 from Beto O'Rourke today.
I was told all my guns, they get safe to come out of the safe now.
No more Beto. Poor Beto.
No, he's not poor. He is rich as crap, dude.
He is now, yeah, and he'll have some fancy job lined up.
Yeah, it's fine. As long as he stays away from me, I'm good.
Okay.
I guess,
Anything else we need to say
yeah,
about
I guess Clinton will have to just eventually give up on politics and just go back to her hobby of having people killed.
Well, she's training young Chelsea now. They're actually writing a book together. They're doing a little tour together right now.
Oh, good.
So give it time.
I'm sure both people at the event loved it.
Hillary Jr.
Right.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on.
Oh, let's talk about drugs.
I mean, I really don't want to, but I suppose we should.
Sometimes I wonder if you're doing drugs, Bretta.
I don't wonder about you at all. I know you are. Or if not, you need to be.
It's not a drug, it's a crayon. They're safe.
Says non-toxic right on the label.
See? Win.
So making its way around the East Coast is a newer, hotter meth.
Just what we needed.
Right? Because old meth wasn't quite addictive enough.
Wasn't
This is
killing
even
enough
more
people.
so, right? Yeah. No. So this is the story is out of South Carolina, particularly around like Clemson University area.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a new kind of they're nicknaming it Meth 2.0, and it's imported from Mexico, and it's stronger, cheaper, and way more abundant than bathtub meth you get, in your local town, because it's being produced by cartels who can produce it in astounding volumes.
Okay, so I'm not a drug expert, but meth is different than like crack cocaine that actually grows on leaves down in South America, right? This is something
Correct.
that
This is a chemical blend.
Yes.
There is nothing. This is not like vegan drug. This is straight petrochemical drug. And
Vegan drug.
Vegan drugs, yes. I mean, you can make tea out of cocaine. I'm just saying. Heck, you can make soda out of it.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, it amazes me that it was like the last. It's within the last 100 years that they stopped using that as an active ingredient.
Right. Still calling it Coca-Cola.
Right?
Too.
Good heck. So this stuff is bad. So the county that it's hitting hardest had 25 people die of a drug overdose last year.
Egads, man.
Yeah, they're at 39 as of September this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's bad stuff. They're reporting 2,400 clients in a county of 120,000.
All this is in South Carolina.
This is just in one. This is a Focus article from like one county in South Carolina.
That's pretty scary, man.
Yeah, the problem is lately it's been the habit of giving meth addicts Wellbutrin as a step down drug to get off meth.
Okay.
Like they'll use methadone to get down off other drugs. This doesn't work on this new stuff.
Because it's too
It
addictive?
does not help at all. Yeah.
Too high speed.
Yeah, it is way too high speed. So dig this, dude. It does a comparison on the opioid epidemic, and it says as far as the opioid epidemic, they went from overdose deaths 3,400 in 1999 to 13,500 in 2009.
Jeez.
Right? Dig this. The meth, this new stuff, the meth overdose death went from 2,600 to 10,500 in half that time, in 5 years.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so it's like a fourfold increase in half the time. It's insane.
So if you keep running those numbers, then it's going to quadruple in another 5 years.
Yeah.
They better start getting ahead of this real quick.
And that's the problem that they're having is the opioid crisis is so huge and so pervasive, and the government has finally shifted its gaze to it and started throwing serious resources at it. There's no resources to fight this new thing. They're scrambling trying to get money to fight this, and all the money's being shunted to gotta solve the opioid crisis. Which, I mean, good on you. It is a problem, and it does merit serious resources, but this is not something you can afford to ignore, because it's not going to stay local to like the East Coast.
No, it's going to start bleeding out. It's like your gangs. Yeah, they're just going to stay down in Mexico.
Absolutely. They would never come up
That
here.
wall will stop them real good.
Yeah, absolutely. They're already cutting holes in the wall.
But to me, I look at something like this and I see, yes, law enforcement, the government needs to get involved, take some of the money and start throwing it at that. But there's, the underlying issue is what we keep harping on is get the parents involved, get the community involved in something like this. And the step one is, I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but you have to be aware that this is going on in your community, and you have to have that conversation
why we do these
with your
articles.
kids.
Yeah. You have to be, you cannot be a sideline parent anymore. Alexa cannot raise your kids. You have to be involved. And I realize that I'm preaching to the choir. I mean, people that watch this show are already doing the right thing, by and large. But I used to work corrections in San Diego. I mean, I know you used to
Military police.
Mm-hmm. And just the effects of this drug, like, it is insane how much physical damage it does so rapidly. That actually talks about heroin and the opioid subgroup of drugs. You can keep doing heroin for years before it really, that check engine light comes on.
Mm-hmm.
Meth does it quick. Like, it is an almost immediate onset of physical decline in these people.
That's sad.
It really is. And it's one of those things where they are anticipating. It's not one of those like one and done drugs where you can kick the habit and stay clean. It builds such a rapid positive reinforcement in the brain that people are having to quit this like 3 and 4 times before they even start to see a lasting recovery.
Man, that's got to be addiction.
Addiction is a serious tool of the devil.
Gosh dang, that's hard.
It really is, man.
Whew, that's rough.
You got something positive for us to close out on?
I do actually.
Sweet.
It's going to be. Let's talk about India real quick. New Delhi in India, they are the smog capital of the planet. These guys,
like worse than Beijing?
Yes, actually, of the top 15 most smoggiest. That's fun to say.
Most smoggiest
places on the planet. So the places where you breathe in the most hazardous gunk.
So like the least gooderest.
See, you're catching on, Joe.
I get you, dude.
Thanks,
got you.
buddy. I'm going to write that down with my crayon. Gooderist. Okay, so the top 15 non-gooderist places on the planet, 10 of them come out of India.
Really?
Only 4 of them come out of China.
Really?
So there's a scale called the PM 2.5 scale, which is particulate micrograms, meaning you're very familiar with micrograms. We deal with those out of work. So of the bare minimum, or where you want to be in a healthy zone in India, is 60 on the PM 2.5 scale, okay? In America, we say 15. You don't want to be breathing any more than that. So in India, it's 60. That's 60 India.
So they have like 4 times
of our.
And that's like their minimum cutoff for being not okay?
That's what you need to be healthy. Now, they just recently measured this PM 2.5 scale in India, and it came at over 800.
Oh.
800. That's what they're breathing in over there.
Oh.
2 years ago, they broke it.
So essentially everybody over there vapes.
They're doing something. But in November 2017, it was at 999, and the scale can't go any higher. It doesn't break into the thousands. So they maxed it out. Good job, New Delhi.
3.6 Rankin. Not great, not terrible.
So what's
sir, the counter only goes up to 3.6. Yeah, 3.6. Yeah, we're good. It's 9.99. We're good.
What's he doing here?
Chernobyl. Have you not seen Chernobyl?
I thought you were like quoting a cartoon or something.
No. No, when Chernobyl explodes, the meters in there and the detection meters, they said the radiation level was like 3.6 Rankin. Now 3.6 rems per hour. Mm-hmm. And it's not great. It's not terrible though. I mean, it would never be allowed in the United States, but it's not bad by Soviet standards. But that's because the meter only went up to 3.6. It was actually 16,000.
We're good.
You know.
Makes sense.
It could be 8 million over there, but I mean, as long as the counter only goes up to 9.99, they're good, right?
You're safe. Marked safe, but no, you haven't. Because it's really bad. Because when you're breathing in that stuff, it does have lasting effects.
Yes.
And they're seeing that in India.
Yes, it does.
People are getting asthma. People are getting heart disease over there. And it's so bad that they're closing schools. They have grounded over 100 flights in the past couple months.
Really?
Sports teams can no longer play in India.
Don't you mess with my Chennai Super Kings. I'll mess you guys up.
Who? What?
Dude, I got addicted to cricket when I was in Afghanistan, because that's all we got. We got pirated HBO from India, and it only showed cricket. It showed the Cricket World Cup and a bunch of local games. And the Chennai Super Kings.
I really didn't need another reason to mock you, dude. But cricket,
Bro,
man,
you got
come
nothing.
on.
And you know what? I watched that shit.
Do you even understand the game?
Absolutely not. Nobody does. The people that play it don't understand that game. But
no
you know
way.
what? I'm a diehard fan now.
I don't know what they're doing with that bat over
Whistle
there, but
Platoon.
it looks cool. So the good thing that I want to talk about this is that we don't need to get in the climate change debate because here in Idaho, it's coming at us real hard. That's global warming. There's snow on Halloween.
It's not global warming. It's California. If you all quit burning down, maybe we wouldn't get your smoke plumes. California.
Well, why don't they just make those fires illegal over there? They would stop.
I'm serious.
Come on,
I've been seeing so
California.
many memes like just this towering inferno bonfire of a state. Man, I'm so glad we didn't log and freaking selectively clear cut forests because, man, this is so much better for the owls.
Okay. But what I wanted to say, the good thing about this is that in America, it's a great place to live because you're not going to be breathing in this kind of crap. We take care of each other. Yes, there are government regulations we have that prevent us from getting as stupid as India and China when it comes to this stuff.
Yep.
But I choose to believe that the majority of the people, especially in like Potatoeville, Idaho places, that just take care. We love God's green earth.
Yeah.
We love our
Don't do dumb
outdoors.
stuff. It's really not that difficult,
Pick up your trash.
right?
It's not that hard.
I love this country.
Hoorah, America.
We're so cool.
Ooh-ha-ha, America. It's a gooderest place to live.
I think it might be the besterest.
I will agree with you. But not about the cricket, dude. I don't know what goes on there.
Dude, it's actually not even that exciting a sport to watch. But man, they get
But you're
so
addicted
into
to
it. Dude, it's infectious.
Oh, no. Okay. Let's wrap it up. I don't want to talk about cricket anymore.
Alrighty. That's going to wrap it up.
That was a good show.
Awesome. Hey, thank you all for watching. Said it before, say it again. Best audience on the internet. We love you guys. And Platoon dismissed.
Semper Fi.